Welcome to PolyGon 2.0 tutorial series. In this video we're going to review the Work Page tab, one of the most important and foundational tabs in PolyGon. Whenever you click on the project, a Work Page tab will appear on the top. You will immediately see three panels appear. The left panel contains a test lists and control tabs. In the middle view you will see maps and plots, and on the right panel you will have an access to properties, tables and services which are different to each control tab. Let's go one by one and let's start with a test list. Each test can be renamed, copied, and you can add comments which allow you to find this test if you have a lot of them with similar names. Just below the test list there are control tabs where you can find the unique settings for each test. The first item is PVT. Let's click it and PVT settings will appear on the right. By default, PVT fluid type is set to simple PVT, but we can change that. Now the plot will appear with PVT correlations. If we switch to the Tables tab, we can manually set PVT data for every property. If the fluid contains more than one phase, we can use special core analysis or scal. So when we click on it, nothing happens because you must first tell PolyGon that you would like to switch the view. This is done by dragging the scal tab onto the central panel. In the Tables tab, you can access all properties of scal data. The Maps tab allows you to add items to the reservoir model. By default, you will see one well in a single layer rectangular reservoir. To add more layers, you can press Add Layer button. You can upload a background image to your project, and to remove it, go to Project Repository, and there you should see all files linked to this project, where you can add or remove items. You can drag the corners to change the shape of the boundary, and you can add another boundary by drawing the required shape and press apply when you're done. The similar process applies to drawing faults. Select the tool and draw the shape. The Data Fill tool allows to add a specific data point of different types. Let's choose porosity, for example, and click on where we would like to place it on the map. Also, there is a toggle button to show the grid. And the last tool is Scale, which, as the tool suggests, allows you to set the scale of the plot by drawing a line where you know the distance, and the software will do the rest. To manually set data points for each property, navigate to the Tables tab. The property is now set to boundary, where you can manually edit it using XY coordinates. And if we switch to porosity, we will see an XY coordinate of the point that we have set earlier, where we can specify its porosity value. Let's revert back to the default settings. Now, to add a new well, we need to switch to Gauges tab. And you can move the well to its place. And if we press Grid one more time, it will be recalculated accounting for that well. If we expand each well, you will see that it already comes with gauge data information. And let's view it by opening the map. So P stands for pressure, PE is average reservoir pressure, and Q stands for rate. If there is any existing gauge information for that well, we can add it. So let's say there is a temperature gauge installed in that well, and it has recorded some data. Click Add Gauge, and temperature is T, so let's select that. And now a new blank field should appear. Let's populate it with data. Click on Upload and select a file. And now we can preview the data. And we can either append it which will merge it with the existing data, or we can replace the existing data by clicking Rewrite. Let's do the same thing for rate data. And now we can visually see two graphs next to each other, one for rate and one for pressure. If we go to the Tables tab, we can manually edit the data points. Now let's have a look at the Properties tab, and at the top you can see 5 more important tabs: Data Processing tab, Analytical Simulation tab, Numerical Simulation tab, and also Transient Response and Forecast tabs, which are used for cross-well connectivity analysis. I will not cover them in this video, but they will be available in the other PolyGon tutorial series videos. Now, the last tab on the left panel is the Analysis tab, which allows you to upload results of each test, such as PTA, RTA, or rate response analysis. So let's add an RTA analysis. And we should see a log plot appear. Now, the last thing I wanted to cover in this video is Services tab. Here you can find some very useful tools which can be used to solve a specific problem. Most of these services will be fully explained in the dedicated PolyGon tutorial videos. So that was the basics of PolyGon Work Page tab. I hope you found this video helpful. See you in the next PolyGon tutorial series.